welcome back to another video. So today we are going through my 2024 reading goals and challenges. This is going to be fun. I have quite a lot. I have 15 goals written down. I feel like that's possibly too many, but we're going to go through them now. So I've split my goals into reading, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, and personal. I'm not going to go through the personal ones just because they're like everyday things. But we're going to go through the 12 like social media and reading goals. I haven't got any challenges written down yet, so if you do know of any challenges that you think that I would enjoy or that you'd like to see me do, please do pop them down below. That would be fantastic. So let's start off with the goals. So my first reading goal for 2024 is to haul fewer than 15 books a month. So that's about 180 books a year. So if you have been watching any of my book hauls throughout 2023, my average book haul was about 25 books, and that's too many. Now, I will caveat this goal with the fact that I do get sent a certain amount of books through work or through publishers. Not all of them are necessarily ones that I have requested that come through publishers. I get a certain amount of unsolicited books from publishers, but I do get sent a certain amount through from work as well, which generally are ones that I have to read because I am working on them. They're not necessarily books that I would choose to have owned. So I am going to be kind to myself with this 15 books per month goal. If I am for some reason sent, say, 10 books from publishers that I have not asked for, I'm not going to kind of punish myself for buying more than 5 books, because I do enjoy going to charity shops, going to bookshops and purchasing books myself. But I am going to just try and be a little bit more kind of mindful with it, I guess. So I'm not buying books just for the sake of it. The books that I'm buying are ones that I am wanting to read or that I am genuinely excited about, or for example that I have pre-ordered and I'm clearly very excited about receiving them. So I'm going to be basically a little bit more mindful, but aiming to try and keep my hauls to fewer than 15 per month. Obviously if it goes over 1 month, it's not the end of the world. I will try and bring it down the next month, but again, I am being kind and flexible to myself with this as well. My second reading goal is a sort of 2-part goal: to start fewer than 10 series and to finish more than 10 series. So I do have a challenge throughout this year where I will be reading series. So every month I will be making progress in a series. Some of the series that I might be making progress in are ones that I'll actually be starting. But most of them will be ones that I am currently reading and I'm sort of catching up with, or I'm finishing, or at least just making progress. And currently, I believe I've got about 30 something, 35 maybe, series that I am currently in the middle of. There are some series that I am up to date with, but I know are not yet finished. I'm not counting those ones because I'm up to date. You know, I can't read anymore because there is nothing more to read for it. But currently I think there's about 35 series that I'm in the middle of. And I want to kind of keep that to around about the same number. So don't start too many, finish, hopefully more than I start. If I could get that to be a net negative, so finishing more series than I start, that'd be fantastic. But if not, then it's not the end of the world. I just kind of want to try and keep that number to be round about the same as what it is at the moment, which means I should probably work out what that number is. I believe it's 30 something. I think it might be 33, I don't know. And then my final reading goal, this is a bit of a vague reading goal, but I've put in I wanted to read or post about arcs. So what I mean by that, because it is very, very vague, is I have a certain amount of books that I get on NetGalley because I have a problem with requesting too many books on NetGalley. And same, I'll get sent ARCs from publishers and I don't necessarily do anything with them. Even if it's a book that I'm anticipating. So, for example, I've got the NetGalley of Empire of the Damned, which is the sequel to Empire of the Vampire. This is a very, very highly anticipated book for me. I have pre-ordered the final copy. I can't wait to read it. I don't know when I'm going to get a chance to read it. I might not even get a chance to read it before it's released, but I haven't even posted about it yet. So what I'm wanting to do is to try and keep, even if I can't keep on top of reading the arcs, I want to at the least post about arcs that I receive each month, just to try and actually give a little bit of awareness of the books that I'm being sent or that I'm requesting on NetGalley. Like I said, even if I don't get around to reading them, I do want to, at the very least, post about them on any platform, most likely Instagram, but I do want to just kind of like keep up with kind of posting about them. So I'm then moving on to my YouTube goals. So these ones, well, we'll see. First YouTube goal is I would like to get to about 500 subs. So currently I think I'm just shy of 250 subs. I think I'm 240 or something like that. So I would like to try and get to 500. I don't have any plan for that. I don't know how I'm doing that. I just am going to continue to make content and hopefully people will like it. And again, I'm not going to beat myself up about this. If I don't get there, I don't get there. It's not the end of the world. That's just, I want to have like a goal to aim towards. I want to continue posting 3 videos a week. So I have put a bit more, I guess, put a little bit more thought into my posting schedule for 2024. So I've got, well, I haven't necessarily got planned content throughout the year. I have got kind of like points of things that I'm wanting to do throughout the year. So I have got quite a lot of content kind of thought of already, I guess. But I do want to continue to kind of be posting regularly. I'm currently doing like 1 vlog and 2 sit down videos. Some weeks it might be 2 vlogs, 1 sit down, but I do want to try and kind of keep it to kind of roughly that. You know, I don't want it to be all vlogs or all sit downs. We're going to try and have it mixed up a little bit. And then my third YouTube goal, this is another very vague one, is take chances. And I guess what I mean by that is to kind of put myself out there and like try those different things that come around. You know, if I have an idea that's kind of completely mad, do it. If someone, you know, if there's a YouTuber saying that they're looking for someone to jump on sprints with them, put my hand up and do it. You know, I'm kind of hoping that I can put myself out there a little bit more, take those chances, do those things that I'm currently like, oh no, I can't do that. I couldn't host a read along. I'm too small. No, actually, let's just do it anyway. So take chances, whether or not those chances actually come up, but if there is an opportunity to say yes to it, basically. We're then going to move on to my Instagram challenges. No, my Instagram goals. So my 3 Instagram goals, first of all, is post reviews. If you saw my 2023 kind of like wrap up goals, I mentioned how on Instagram, for some reason, known only to Instagram, I can't schedule things on the app. I have a professional account. I have done all of the right things, but for some reason, I don't have scheduling enabled on Instagram, which really, really annoys me because I will batch create content, but then I am not necessarily in the mood to write out that content, you know, write the captions and think of the hashtags and post it. Whereas, you know, there's certain times when I'm like, right, I've taken all the photos, I've batch created the content, I'm now also in the mood to schedule everything. And I don't want to have to pay for like later or something like that to do that because, well, quite honestly, I can't be bothered. So I want to, at the very least, make sure that I am posting reviews of the books that I read. I'm hoping that this isn't going to be too much of an arduous task. I'm hoping it's going to kind of ease me back in. I used to be really good at posting on Instagram every single day, but over the last year, I've just really stopped. Like I have not posted very much at all in over 2023. It's been very, very sporadic. So I'm hoping if I can at least hold myself to posting reviews, that should be great. I should be able to manage that. I've then got my second Instagram challenge, which slightly goes against everything I just said, which is I want to post at least 3 times a week. So again, my idea there is if I can post 3 times a week on Instagram, it's not too much to do, it's not too stressful. I expect at least one of those would be a review. You know, those review posts that I'm wanting to do will count in within it. But I want to just make sure that I am kind of posting a little bit more regularly. I'm not going to hold myself to having like a specific upload schedule with Instagram, but that I might potentially do that later in the year if I find it something that's helpful for me. And my third Instagram goal is post at least 1 trend per week. So that's one of the things that I do at Tandem is I'm in charge of trends and finding out kind of like current trends on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube. So I do all that research anyway. I want to make sure that I'm using at least one of them every week. Normally they're like trending sounds or different styles or something. So every week I'm going to post something that is trending. Basically just for fun, just because I have that information and I want to do it. Finally, we're on to my TikTok challenges. So they're kind of similar to the other 2 as well. First TikTok challenge is to post at least once a week. Doesn't really matter what, I just want to kind of try and post regularly on TikTok. I would like to try and get to 500 subs. I think I'm at also about 250 on TikTok. So again, if I could just get to about 500, that'd be cool. And I also want to post at least 1 trend a week on TikTok as well. Again, doesn't really matter what, but something. And I do just want to kind of like link back towards one of the reading goals, which was I wanted to read and post about arcs. They can be within my like once per week trending TikTok post. It could be one of the posts that I post on Instagram. You know, I don't really care where to do that. But they are my 2024 reading goals and my channel goals. Like I said, I'm not going to run through my personal goals, but a goal that I have just thought of is I want to make more jumpers. This is a jumper that I made. Do you like it? I like it. I like the colours. So I'm going to carry on crocheting. But anyway, that is my 2024 reading and channel goals. In terms of challenges, I am going to try and be fairly kind to myself this year and not set myself too many like over the top challenges. I usually try and take part in the Storygraph. I think it's Storygraph, like I think they have a Read the World challenge where they have like 12 countries to read a book from each country. I normally try and take part in that, but very, very low key. If there's another Magical Readathon year-long challenge, I will take part in that. And the only other thing, I guess, is I always set myself a reading goal of 100 books. I normally, every year I go over that. I think I'm at about 140 this year. But I just like to set it because I know that's an amount that I can read fairly comfortably without being, you know, while it is still quite a lot. Obviously, it's a huge number. So that's probably my only other kind of reading challenge, is to read 100 books. So that's my reading goals and challenges. If you like this video, please leave me a like, subscribe down below. Let me know your goals and challenges as well, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.